All right, y'all. It's Comedy Ring Podcast. We're back, episode 306, and we got the Coolie Nation minus Dino, but we got Aidan Desousa, Dara Turner, and of course Ruthless Ravikana. And Dara was just talking about how he used to work where, in a morgue or?
No, so I worked in a hospital. I was a porter.
Yeah.
So we'd have to move patients around, like if anyone, like if
wild.
they had surgery, we'd be in there. They pull the tube out. We have to fucking lift them off.
Damn.
Dude, one time I nearly fucked up a surgery. I walked in on my first day in the theaters, and when you're in, you're like all scrubbed up, so you can't see. You look like a doctor,
Right.
and they were like, the way they do it is they put over an intercom. They're like, Porter needed in operating room 4. I wasn't good on the numbers because I just started there, so I go into operating room 5. And
Dropped a junior
Somebody
mint.
just hands you a scalpel and you're just like, all right.
I'll
give it a shot.
I walked
How
in.
hard could it be?
I played Operation.
I walked in. This dude's leg is hanging off. They're doing a proper gnarly surgery, and normally when we come in, it's over. And they were just like, "Can you hold?" I walked over and I'm just standing beside them, ready for them to be like, "Porter, do something," because I was like, "I need to be on." And then they're just like, "Can you hold the leg?" And I went to grab the leg, and someone looked at me, and I was like, "Stop." Another guy grabbed it, and I'm just standing there with them. Someone's making dead eye contact with me. Who the fuck is this guy? I'm just
Is that what they said?
just literally standing there for 20 minutes until someone comes and just opens the door.
Just stood there?
Stood there just
That's
watching.
wild.
Just
What distrust that fosters of the medical system?
with other doctors, and I wasn't a doctor, but there's
With us, me and the other doctors.
Yeah,
sitting around.
yeah.
We all study together.
Yeah, until the portering manager came and opened the door, and he was like, "Dara," and I was walked out. And he's like, "What the fuck are you doing in there? Are you watching?" And I was like, "No, they said porter to room 4." And they're like, "This is 5." Yeah.
They always go up to the family like, "I'm sorry, Mrs. Ramirez, we lost your little boy." And
Yeah,
he was just getting the cast removed. What do you mean?
We let a drunk Irishman in there. And,
How did that happen that you got that job?
and he was saying the training. What kind of training? You're like, they didn't train me at all
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah, they don't fucking.
They're just don't fuck the bodies.
So after
Don't
I
fuck that much.
Yeah.
You get a couple a week.
after I finished,
You have a probationary period.
After 90 days,
after
you just
3
fuck whatever
months.
you
Just
want.
don't overdo it. Keep it tasteful.
Yeah,
If you're gonna fuck him, don't come in there.
And it's 2020.
wear a condom.
Make sure you
For
mix up
God's
the genders
Yeah.
and races.
But why? Why did you have this job?
Oh, because when I finished school, I didn't have enough credits or points to go to college. So I was like, "Oh, what could I do?" And then I tried to be a paramedic, and I'd done a year's course in that, and I realized I would not be a good paramedic.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I did
Did you talk to anybody before that? I feel like they couldn't.
No, I didn't. I fucking was just like, "Oh, this would be sick. I'll be banging chicks and taking cats out of trees."
Paramedics don't do either of these.
They're all gay and have dogs.
I think you're thinking of a fire.
Yeah, you're thinking of fire.
In Ireland, it's fireman and paramedic. They're the same thing. What? Yeah, I should have said fireman. Yeah, it was a fireman and paramedics course. 2 days you'd be a paramedic, 2 days you'd be a fireman.
What the fuck? How bad
Like,
do
you
you
have
work
to be
for?
That's how it is in Ireland. They're like, you're a bartender, but you're also a bus driver.
They're like Ireland's like fucking restaurants in Portland. They're all two things.
Right, yeah,
there's
yeah,
a strip
yeah.
club, but it's also a good Mexican joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
The
But,
rent's so high there. You gotta
Yeah, I thought I'd be a fireman. I was just getting high. Wasn't doing assignments. My mom was doing all the assignments. And she
Really?
was like, yeah,
So your mom could be a fireman.
Yeah.
Firewoman.
Probably. She
So
knew
my
a
mom's
lot.
banging chicks and getting cats.
I feel like if you showed up to a fire, you would want to know what the family is first.
Oh, John Bueller is walking in.
Bueller, what's going on?
It's God. We only have Darren there.
I feel like you would show up to the scene and the house would just be in blazing. You hear people screaming. You're like, they sound Mexican? I don't know.
Dude, we used to have to wear a uniform when I was in the course because they'd be like, you're fucking trainee firefighter or paramedic. You have to have the badge of the college and all on you. and we're getting the train home from the college. And I have a giant badge that says like paramedic, and then it's like a small writing in training. And like, so it looks like a fucking legit thing. And we're on the train, it's packed, and I'm standing beside a woman, and this woman just fucking hits the deck, faints, and everyone around her is like, "Does anyone know any medical training? Please help." And like, I just cover the badge and just fucking watch.
That's so funny.
And I was just like, I'm never gonna be a paramedic. I was like, bitch is fine. It's fucking hot in here. Spit on her, she'll wake up.
You're like, I'm not putting my mouth on a Pakistani chick.
Yeah. And then,
Can we get a brown chick down here to give her mouth to mouth?
So then I did work experience in the hospital, and they just offered me a job doing that.
Yeah, you'd be good.
You'd
be good at just tossing bodies around.
Dude, the first time we put a body,
We can't trust you around a human that's alive. But
Man,
the
first
dead.
time I put one in the fridge, like, they showed us once, quick tour, like 10 of us. They're like, this is what happens, this person has died, put him in the fridge. Then, like, a week later, I get a call on the beeper, and it's just, yo, Dara, there's a body on 6. I'm like, all right, who else is there? And he's like, you and the new guy. And I was like, I'm the new guy. He's like, no, well, there's a newer guy. He started yesterday. You have to show him how to do bodies. And I was like, I don't know how to do bodies. Well, just fucking put them in the fridge and shit.
Yeah.
And so we just had to wing it. But I felt bad for that person. We were saying, I was like, if this was my family member, I wouldn't want them treated like this after death.
course not.
Fucking his arm falling out the cart and all. You're like, oh god, like it was bad.
How was like that for you, just handling bodies like that?
It gives you a good sense of reality.
Yeah.
I would say
The weirdest thing about a dead body is how cold it is. You don't
It's
realize
freezing.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like when my grandma
you're
died.
like, oh, this person's just a fucking sack of meat. You're a piece of shit. You're fucking dead. You're iced out.
Dude, Tara's like, that's weird. Vaginas are usually warm.
Dude, my grandma died, and they were just like, it was just like 6 of us there. And they're like, yeah, you guys can all go have a second, just say goodbye, and whatever. And I'm like, oh man, like it's just a body at this point.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to.
Yeah.
So all my brother's like in tears. He's like, oh boy, I love you. And then I go up there, and I'm just like, all right. And they all like kissed her on the forehead, and I'm like, all right, I guess I gotta do this. So I'm like, hey, all right. Like I just gotta.
Just goes tongue.
I was like gold dust kissing on that. No, I So I went in and just kissed her on the forehead, and it was so fucking cold. It was like kissing a fucking
It's
like
insane.
a pole in the
And a
wintertime.
lot of family and shit die, or friends and stuff, and like, it's bad when you have to go like view their body.
Yes.
And, like,
I just had my first friend die. And,
ooh, boy or girl?
Boy.
Was he hot?
Yeah, he's
Sorry,
a boy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's a boy.
He had his
Well,
moments.
not now.
He's actually cold, as you guys were just saying.
Very cool.
But yeah, they asked if we wanted to go see it, and I was just like, I would rather do anything else. Yeah, that sounds
I would
like
say
the
good
worst.
call. I've seen like, I've had like 3 friends die. I seen 2 of their bodies. One of them I didn't, and both the 2 I seen. Whoa,
Yeah.
Like, I was like,
yeah.
why are we?
I don't
doing
want
this?
I don't want the last. Like,
Who
burning
decided that
image.
too? They did close caskets first. Somebody's like, open this shit up.
Yeah,
Hindus,
fucking
man.
see him. Yeah,
Hindus were doing that. I've only ever been to open casket funerals.
Yeah.
really.
Even when like buddies get like straight up just murdered, like it's open casket, they clean them up.
In Ireland, it's like a wake. We don't do the open casket at the funeral. You go to someone's house. They're like laid in their bed or laid like
that's
somewhere in the house.
Aidan,
We
you saw
see
that
them-
shit where they were doing like you were talking about this too, where they were doing the funerals where it's like the guy doing what he was doing in life, right? Like
yeah.
playing Xbox. They prop him up just like playing Xbox.
taxidermy style.
That's kinda-
and he's at the
okay.
funeral, just
Yeah.
like chilling
Tara,
in
if
the
you
chair.
died, it'd you drunk fucking a dead body.
That's kind of fun. Where are they doing this?
I just saw it on the internet.
Atlanta.
Out there on the internet.
It's there.
That's
It's
okay. I
happening.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
it's
kind of-
it's like it's like you're going through like a wax museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
I
all
used
wax
to
museums.
fucking love
Well,
them
so
at
what would
wax
you guys
museum.
have you guys do? What would be your thing?
I think Hindus, like I have to be cremated. I think. Which I don't
No,
mind.
I'm
In this-
saying,
yeah,
I'm saying in that
If-
scenario.
Yeah, in this scenario.
What
if-
would be your thing? It's like in your will. You're
dude.
like,
I mean, like cheating on my wife, I guess.
that's so funny.
Be like, he's gonna hold his
Not
cock.
even like a mistress or something.
Yeah, just-
Just Robbie pressed against the fucking like just bathroom stall with his dick.
Just a glory.
I know what I want. I want to fucking back alley like Asian massage.
Oh,
you know, like just getting the bitch massaging me and just doing that. She's like, turn around. Turn my body around, just jerk me off on the table.
That's funny.
Dara,
what's yours actually?
I feel like pissing in a milk jug. Like kind of like they have a stream coming out. Like
it's like a fountain too.
It's kind of like a fountain, yeah.
That's
like
cool.
that would be fucking sick. Actually,
That is.
That's kind of nice.
That'd be cool if it's just like
How big
Guinness.
is this
And
jug?
it's Jameson.
Jameson, that's cool. Yeah,
people
just
drink
fountain.
from it.
Oh yeah,
People
of
get
course.
right underneath.
That would be
Only
sick.
close friends.
Yeah.
If you're a colleague, get a fucking cup.
No fat chicks at my funeral either. I want to say that. I want
hilarious.
that on record.
That is the funniest.
Can I work the door, please? I would love that. Yeah.
That is the best thing ever to put in your will. Like, okay, I leave $8 to this person. No fat chicks.
I have 3 drink tickets that I didn't realize.
I am leaving those to Aidan's future son.
Also, no fucking fat chicks.
And no
Most
cripples
importantly,
either.
yeah.
This isn't fucking.
I don't even know, man. Fucking my life is, stupid. So they would be like, what am I gonna do? I'm either
Just
like,
you stepping over shit to get it.
yeah. Just me, just looking disgusted at a homeless person. Just be like, oh god, oh god.
Did you work any odd jobs? Like Dara had did you work any, like you do like
your
Man, I worked like fucking. I started working like 14.
Yeah, me
I
too.
remember you
was
said you
young.
worked at some restaurant or something.
I worked at a few, so I did fast food.
Yeah.
Man, right away, 14 years old. I grew up in like
McDonald's. Didn't you say you worked at McDonald's?
What?
McDonald's or
I
no?
did, but this
Because
one-
you
this
look
one
like
was-
a guy who, if you didn't do comedy, you would become a manager.
Just hacking butts.
I got fired from McDonald's,
That's
and it was
hilarious.
one of the best fucking experiences of my life because I would always just steal chicken nuggets, just be constantly eating chicken nuggets on the job. Why else would you have the job? And it was I worked at the one inside a Walmart.
Oh,
so yeah.
They saw Sean McDonald on a date there.
Ghetto, and ghetto as fuck. But so as I'm getting fired for stealing chicken nuggets and just eating all the food, just a grown ass woman in her 50s like had to sit me down. I was like 16 at the time, and have a conversation with me about like how they're letting me go, and it's like it's wrong to like steal from. And you just see the face of just a broken woman of just like, what is my life coming? I'm in a Walmart at a McDonald's. I'm having to sit a child down and fire him from McDonald's because he's eating chicken nuggets, and she's got to be all serious about it. I'm just looking at her, just like. Oh yeah, it's so wrong. And she's just like broke, and she's just like, I'm gonna kill myself. But mostly like restaurants, and then fucking golf course.
Oh,
which was good.
What was your favorite job that you had?
Oh man,
Golf course. What'd you do on the golf course? Though?
Golf course, I would just fucking.
you're a cart girl.
Yeah. I would just flirt with old Ben.
Why don't you come here and take this shot for me?
That's why he quit drinking.
Cash was good. Man, no, the golf course was sick, but I was super depressed at the time, so I was just smoking cigarettes like crazy. I just all day just ripping darts and just driving around on a fucking gator.
That is the best time. That is my favorite thing at golf.
Yeah, and then I got fired from that one too. I got fired. Man, I love getting. I've been fired from almost every.
once.
I've been fired from almost every job I have. I love getting fired. Yeah. When I'm like done with it, I just stop fucking working and wait for them to fire me.
That's a cool move.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Just because like I don't want to have the conversation of just being like, I don't want to do this anymore.
And it's like, why not just milk it? Like, I'm going to get paid as much as I can.
Yeah, and I'm like not doing anything.
I'm kind of in that situation.
And that
myself
one
right now.
and like that one, I got
trying to get fired.
They're not going to though. I have too much seniority. They would have to pay me out because it's without cause. I've never had an issue. I've been there for like 16 years. They're not gonna get rid of me.
Speaking of a guy who should be fired, Joe Biden. Video shows Joe Biden holding a card with notes giving detailed instructions has resurfaced amid rising health concerns. So it's like, you enter the Roosevelt, you say hello, you take your seat,
Jesus Christ.
you shit your pants. Like, that's crazy. That
I
is like,
jumped
they
ahead on that
actually
one.
zoomed in on it. Like,
I don't see how he's gonna win. Like,
he's not going to win. He's not even going to run. They're not going to.
Are they not gonna
No,
run?
they're not going to.
That's their only chance.
When is the election there?
November, next November.
Ooh.
But it's ramping up. Like, Trump is gonna fucking be
Dude, Trump's
Is
out
he
there.
not getting
Trump's taking it.
dropped?
Trump's out there
He's
killing.
fine.
It.
He
There,
is.
it's
You
all
You
right.
guys seen Trump's new material? He's
It's
great.
great.
Bro,
Bro,
he's
he's on
His
fire.
new hour?
He's out there
Fire,
killing
dude.
right
That
now.
new hour is fire. A lot of crowd work.
It's like
Yeah.
they want to take away how they're like they're just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
take
yeah.
away our freedoms. Everyone's like,
Dude, I saw him talking about like I don't even know what the fuck he was talking about. He's talking about windmills. He's big on windmills right now. He's
Yeah.
talking about how they're like actually bad, but people won't shut the fuck up about how they're good. He's like
They kill a lot of birds.
yeah, but somehow
He's not talking about birds.
somehow he was saying that they're killing whales. So he's just like, so he was just like he's like before there was windmills here, they would get maybe one dead whale. he's like they built all these windmills. There's like 10, 12 a year now. And he's like
washing up on our shores,
they're just washing up on the beach. He's just like and talking about how these windmills are gay and shit. It's fucking
hate
it's
to
awesome.
see it.
Yeah.
What's next, Rosie O'Donnell? I'm like, oh, not Rose.
He's killing it right now. He's great.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
he is
think
crushing
he's gonna. And it's fun too because like we're not really getting news right now. Like no joke, I swear to God, I did not know about the war until like a day ago.
I only
like,
get my news
yesterday.
from Comedy Club.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, we don't get news anymore. Like
No,
my
the
wife
news
goes,
is, I mean, I saw, but
yeah, Faiza goes, oh, I'm going to a protest. I'm like, for what? She's like, the war. I'm like, but for Ukraine? She's like, no, Israel.
There's a
and
new one.
Palestine. I'm like,
There's a hot new
We're on a new one. That's so fucking
so
wild.
February.
Has Muslims.
I'm like, when did this happen?
And Jews.
Yeah. I'm like, oh god. I'm like, they're taking each other
It's
out.
the match
They're
of the
like,
century.
War, the sequel. Like,
Yeah, this one's been
Super fight.
bothering me because it's really clouding up my my Twitter feed.
Yeah. Everybody.
that's why it's
Oh,
the
dude, the
mother-
footage
Yeah.
is wild, dude.
Yeah,
like,
I'm trying to just have a good time and giggle on Twitter, and they're just
Yeah.
like some fucking Arab guy just carrying a
Every-
dead baby around
Yeah.
like, on video, and I'm just like, fuck off, I'm
Dude,
like,
yeah.
show me a
Every
meme.
celebrity is just like either whether they lean to whatever side.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just they just have this paragraph about it. It's like, come
Yeah.
on, like,
Why can't they not say anything?
yeah.
Why do you think?
you can't be silent. You gotta stand up.
It's like
Why?
if you're a boss.
Well, I don't know. I've been silent.
Well,
I
you
barely even read
can be
about it.
silent though, because here's 4 TikTok dances you can do to help Hamas fight Israel. So you don't have to speak.
So are Hamas the good guys or the bad guys?
They're the good guys if you live in the Middle East.
Okay, right.
In
right.
Ireland,
Well,
they're
they're the good guys if
guys.
you're Arab in the Middle East.
Okay,
Right,
okay.
but the Jews are getting like it's such a small area, but and they're surrounded by people who just want to kill them. But they have so much support from
From people that they actively spy on, actually. But,
yeah.
hey, look, it's a fucked up situation. I mean, they're inserted into an area where there's. It's not like there hasn't been Jews there. There's been Jews in that area for a long time, but now there's this area where Palestinians say it's theirs, Jews say it's theirs, and like this has been happening for a long time.
Yeah,
right?
it's been going on forever.
Yeah,
It
but I
just
feel like
finally
it's been
popped
a long
off.
time since there's been like actual violence.
Yeah,
No.
Right now.
There's been quite a bit of violence, but it really hasn't been. It's mostly been like Jewish versus Palestinians.
Right.
Dude,
right?
it's like some fucking kid throws a rock and they're like, he's got a gun!
It's like when your little brother finally fights back, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is big.
But
as
it
fuck.
is.
I gotta
fucked
make a
up,
stand.
right?
Yeah.
Like it,
They kept a lot. They found a lot of weapons that were left in Afghanistan.
Oh,
like
man,
they were American weapons.
all the
like,
weapons on both sides come from America. America is the weapons manufacturer of the world.
they got
Yeah,
the receipts.
God, that's why war's the shit.
No.
War, you make a lot of money in war.
Well,
like,
that's the
where you
only
should go
way to
buy.
make money, unless you fake a virus. But you know,
It's a good way too.
That's
Yeah.
why this podcast is sponsored by Moderna
And
Yeah,
Hamas.
and Hamas. We're playing both sides here, people.
Yeah.
We're all about it. You know what I do want to happen. I don't really care about politics, but what I do
100%.
actually because I love Trump.
Dude, honestly,
you know what's here's the sick thing. Here's a
So
sick thing.
funny.
Because I think people are coming back. Like it used to be very divided. Like people were getting divorced over your husband likes Trump or whatever.
Right,
That
yeah,
shit was
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Motherfuckers
But now
were breaking up over the Barbie movie.
I think-
I realized my husband's a misogynist.
I think people are coming back. Like because even this whole the UFC thing, they're like, yeah, you can have a flag.
Yeah, I,
They're
didn't,
just
I was like,
fuck
why
it.
did they
You
ban
can-
flags, dude? It's like
Dude, that annoyed me.
That
Like,
way
Dana
did
White
annoy
was
me
like,
too.
you know what? We're bringing flags back.
I love how
don't
they-
care. I was
yeah.
like, you're the one who banned
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, that is fun.
They banned it and it came back and it would just like it was our fault. They're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, if you guys don't like it, too fucking bad.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's like,
you're the ones that are coming out
You
with
did it.
pride flags
Fuck.
and shit. Come at us. We didn't ban them.
Dude, how quick do you think a guy's gonna if a fighter comes out with the trans flag? How quickly is he gonna get
Nah,
knocked
worst
out?
flag is the Union Jack. If they or the what's it called, the Confederate flag. If somebody comes out with Confederate,
no one's coming out.
What if he's black?
Maybe Strickland.
No,
might.
That'd be sick.
It's
Yeah.
only country flags. I think. I don't think that.
They could just do anything they want.
Yeah, like they can't.
Don't
like,
tread on
that would be
me.
sick.
I like that flag. That's a cool.
Yeah,
flag.
that sparks controversy too. The don't tread. That kid who
What
was
is
in
that
that
one?
school.
Yeah.
It's just a
Like the
thing
snake,
with the
like
snake?
a rattlesnake, and it just says "Don't tread on."
Oh,
me."
is that the
Yeah,
one where they
it's
like grab the kid by the like put a gun to his head and were just like, get the fuck out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was just like
wow,
some
that's-
9-year-old. He had like a button on his back or something. That
Yeah,
kid?
they tried to tell him he couldn't.
So
wear
what
the
is
hood.
it? What is it? What's it represent?
I think that what I really don't know. Actually, I don't know why check it. I feel like it just sparks this. I feel like people think it's racist. They try to say it's racist, but I think it's one of those things where it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. The "Don't Tread on Me" sick flag. Let's.
I mean,
It's nice. It's nice.
It just
Yellow
looks cool.
With
Yeah.
a snake on it. It does look cool. Yeah, they tried bringing it back in wrestling like 10 years ago.
It's a song by Metallica.
Who?
Don't tread on me.
Dude, in Ireland, like if we seen hippies growing up, we just be like, Metallica. And they'd be like,
That's
we
funny.
don't even fucking like Metallica.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, whatever, hippie. And I was always, they'd always be skateboarding. I'm like, God, I wish I could skateboard. I was so jealous of them. But
The yeah, no. What I'm saying, what I am looking forward to in this election, I really feel if Trump comes out and just straight up goes, my running mate Vivek Ramaswamy, it's over, dude. They're winning,
Yeah.
guaranteed, man.
Who's that guy? He's the
back,
brown guy.
dude.
That's
He's
just
like young Trump, dude. He's awesome.
Brown.
It's like me. It's like if I just decided to run for my president.
you are, I would see you as a young Trump.
But see,
Bro, I'm going for SNL. If he gets elected, I'm going for SNL, dude.
to play Vivek.
Huh?
To play Vivek.
What kind of
What
what kind of
What,
what
are
kind of
you going to
shit does he
serve
say?
food there? Or just
No, I'm going to be
What kind of shit is he saying?
So he's a pharmaceuticals guy, which is scary because he knows the ins and outs of all that shit. But he's just straight up like, we're letting too many people in the country. Like he's just straight
And
up
he's
like
Indian?
a brown. Yeah, he's like a dark.
He's
brown
pretty
dude.
rational, but apparently he also made his money from some like MLM scheme, multi-level marketing scheme and
100%,
shit.
yeah.
So
So he's American.
Yeah,
So he's a goddamn.
He's a brown guy.
he's a patriot.
Yeah. So yeah.
Trump says he will make gender changing illegal in new speech.
Yeah,
So
okay.
he's
I've
fully
seen
going
that.
like
Oh, he's straight up. He's like, we're gonna disbar
he's
you.
leaning hard. And Kennedy he's running as a moderate or whatever. So it is like Trump for the Republicans. I don't know who Gavin Newsom, I think they're Republicans or
sucks.
Democrats. I mean.
Yeah, no, politics is actually just straight up gay.
It's terrible.
It's so
It's
annoying.
awful.
Like, have you ever been around people that like just talk
Or
about
love it and are
like
about
it's
it?
just like they're the worst. And like they,
We're serious about it.
yeah,
Like, they're
they
like,
they
oh.
think they're like smart. It's
Yeah.
so
Bro, I
annoying.
went on a date with this girl one time, and we were talking about Trump was in office, right? She was bringing this shit up the whole time, and she's like, "Oh, he's killing people in the Middle East." I'm like,
What?
"Yeah, like she's like with drones," and I'm like, "Yeah, like it is terrible, obviously, but like because she was also talking like Obama was so," and I'm like, "Of course, Obama did that like the most."
Obama's
right?
like the goat.
You ever hear of a little place
He was the
called-
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he's the Michael
killing.
Jordan of killing Arab kids with drones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like one of the
Yeah.
most.
He literally ran out of
He's
bombs.
the best. Yeah, he's one of the best.
So I'm telling her, I basically
You like him now?
Yeah, I always like.
Sure.
I mean, I'm trying to. I mean, this date, I kind of realized I'm like, this isn't. But I'm trying to tell this girl, I'm like, well, like Obama also killed. And she's like, yeah, but I think that was just much more thoughtful. She literally said that.
That's even worse.
Like it was well
he put
more-
more thought
Yeah.
into it. Yeah, he really thought about it. He's just like, yeah. No, I really do want to kill these fucking kids.
Dude, Barack
Let me be
Hussein-
clear.
dude,
I'm gonna kill. What the fuck,
Dude.
But she actually thought that. I was like, you can't apply that. Whoa, this guy is pressing the button and killing. They targeted weddings and so, like, you know what I mean? It's just like,
Man,
it's wild.
Dude, Barack Hussein Obama was a monster, dude. See, if you say the Hussein, it makes it seem way worse.
It actually really
You
is.
can't- Barack Obama just seems like a cool guy, but Barack Hussein Obama, what's he up to, man?
I just remember, I remember being in high school, the girl I was dating, but then like you would just sit around at dinner, like they had like the extended
It's all
family
they- it's
dinner,
all
they-
and it's just these fucking stupid like middle class white people that live in a small town, just
Yeah.
talking about like the country's problems, just being
Yeah.
like, this is what needs to happen. It's like you guys don't know fucking.
Why do you
anything.
think you have the
like?
answer,
Shut
right?
up!
Yeah.
Like they just
And to just it's like, why are you applying thought to this thing that you have no control over? And it's like there's shit
Yeah.
your daughter is addicted to
Yeah,
fucking methamphetamine.
I know. It's like your son's clearly gay, and he can't even see that, and he can't fucking come out because of this like Christian family. Why don't we deal with that and stop talking about fucking how like the liberal government and you're like it's like dude, you guys are retarded.
I didn't know you dated Quinn's sister.
Here's something sick with politics. New York, and just how dumb shit is. They are starting to, like we talked about last time, like they dropped the dress code because you used to have to wear a suit to go into the Senate shit.
Okay.
They're like, no, fuck that.
That's this fucking
Wait, they don't have to wear a suit?
We talked about this last time.
Man. What the fuck? We need to, like, is every standard across the board just, like, people just showing up in Costco sweatpants now?
They probably will start
Dude,
to.
people
So it's lax. It's not like the founding fathers, how it used to be. This is New York Mayor Eric Adams draws criticism after entering press conference to run this town. That is, well, it could have been Alicia Keys, New York. If you did that.
Isn't that guy just like he's like out? Of
I don't know that guy. You know?
Shit?
Yeah, it's
Eric
wild.
Adams.
Dude,
Yeah,
He's the black mayor, right?
yeah, he's just like out at clubs and just hanging out, and he's just like he's like a cool mayor. He's
No,
just like,
that's pretty
Who's that senator that was getting?
I mean, he's not good, but like
In Ireland, we have, it's called the Lord Mayor. And you
What?
get,
Say that again. The Lord
They
Mayor.
call them the Lord Mayor, and you get it for like Dublin has a Lord Mayor. Each county would have a Lord Mayor, but the Lord Mayor gets like a dope ass big chain.
How do you become the Lord Mayor? Is it
You just have to run for it. An Irish rapper ran for it like a
just
year
wanted the
ago.
chain,
No,
yeah.
he lost to some Asian woman. She got a lot of hate.
completely separate from the thing. Yeah,
So Irish people really are the black people of Europe.
yeah. You get a Flava Flav.
But dude, they don't even have to do shit. It's not like the mayor here. They're doing nothing. They just show up and they're sup, and everyone's like, oh,
It's basically
Lord
just a
Mayor's
mascot.
here.
So it's just a mascot. Basically.
It's
So it is like the mayor here.
But you get paid a shit.
And
ton.
your
It's
whole
pretty
culture
cool.
is
Really?
just like that video in the hood, like, I saw the leprechaun.
Yeah.
Where to go with
I
that?
saw the leprechaun, say
I
yeah.
want to go.
I don't know what that is.
It's just like a bunch.
That's your culture.
Honestly, the video is the greatest video. It's just a
sickest
bunch of black
video.
people. It's probably in Atlanta somewhere, and it's just a bunch of black people like out in the middle of the night, like a news cruise out there,
yeah.
and apparently they saw a leprechaun, and they're all just like, "Yeah, the leprechaun came running through here." And then it's like this one guy's like, "Who else seen a leprechaun? Say yeah!" And everybody's like,
my
"Yeah!"
God.
And he like looks back and
And
does
the
this
news
smile,
guy-
like basically like, "I told you."
And the news guy is so condescending. He's like, we're here in the hood, where apparently some local residents have seen a leprechaun. It's so over the top and sick. Oh, that's
fucking
great. Here's the Kanye. Kanye West files trademark applications for use.
I saw.
Is that what he's? You think he's gonna call the new album that? Because he's dropping.
I think he's going to call shoes that. They're used.
Used.
Those are the used.
Ooh, I don't know if I can wear some U's. I probably will. But
I know you will.
You're the first guy who's probably...
Indian people. I didn't realize what's the thing. Why do Indian people love?
they're very
Kanye
comfortable shoes, man. Like we got fatter feet.
Can't you tell the marketing right now? He's just going to be like, I don't hate the used.
I love the U's. That's all
it?
I wear. Like
Yeah.
I got a couple of pairs of dogs, but I like they're just comfortable shoes.
Yeah.
I love them. It's all I wear.
Yeah, I was
They're-
down in Surrey. I saw a bunch of them had them on. I was just
It's
like,
great.
I was like, I thought it was Robbie's thing. It turns out it's just them.
No, it's just different. Different love. No, because our
Yeah.
feet are fatter. Like they're like we don't got like
feet are for all Indian people. You're a fat guy. You have fat feet.
Did you ever watch that? Did you guys have that show Dinosaurs? Remember this show?
Yeah.
You never seen Dinosaurs?
I've
remember
seen
dinosaurs?
a show about dinosaurs.
No,
I've
this is
seen a
show about
No,
dinosaurs.
this was a sitcom called Dinosaurs.
No.
And they were like puppets, but they were dinosaurs. It's so fucking funny. It's a great show.
It
But I
Puppets
look
kinda
like
freak
Earl.
me out.
Yeah.
Puppets? Yeah, it was like Jim Henson puppets. It was a great show.
Wait, how did we get here from fat brown feet?
I was saying I look like the dad on that show now.
Okay.
The baby. Let's
Earl's
try.
way bigger than him. No, it's a good show. Check out Dinosaurs.
And speaking of fat people, plus-size travel influencer calls on hotels to enlarge hallways.
Oh!
Now, I've been saying this for years.
You gotta make a video.
Yeah, there is no way that's real.
I know, right?
Hallways are fucking huge.
Especially in the States. Especially in the States.
Yeah. And also, what is a fucking fat travel influencer? So her job
So
is
I'm
just
on my American flight. I had to buy 2 seats. But
just going around complaining about everything.
Do you Now, don't take offense.
I'm not that bad in the States.
How far, like, in fatness terms, away are you from having to buy 2 seats on a plane?
I'm like at the beginning of the spectrum. I'm not even close.
Can you, wait.
I'm sitting in this chair perfectly.
Can you give it to us in McNuggets?
I'm about 8,200 nuggets away. No, I'm not. Like, these motherfuckers, like, I think if you're getting 2 seats, you got to be at least 400 pounds.
Really?
Like, you got to be, like, spilling over.
Yeah, you got to be.
Yeah, you got to be a big, like, 400 pounds.
I mean, if you're around 3, you're fucking up the person beside you's flight.
Yeah. I'm compared to these big dudes. Like, I remember one time, dude, I was flying from Vancouver to New Orleans. It's a long flight. It's like 6 hours, and there's a time change. And I was sitting there, and I'm like, I'm noted. They're like, they didn't mention it was a full flight. So I see like every other row's kind of filling up, and I'm sitting there, and I got fucking 2 seats next to me, and I'm like, this is awesome. Like, I got the whole row to myself. This is unheard of, right? And they're like, we're gonna be closing the cabin doors. I'm like, oh my god, yes. All of a sudden, this fucking 400-pounder guy with the cowboy hat comes on. I see him walking down the aisle. I'm like, please don't sit next to me. Please don't sit next to me. Please don't sit next to me. He comes, he looks, he's like, 27A. And he looks down at me, he's like, all right. He just fucking sits on me. I felt like he was sitting in my lap the entire time.
Imagine he just looks at you and just goes, big man season.
Big man season. I'm like, that was 2 months ago.
That was 2 months ago. It's over, fat ass. Get the fuck down.
Start taking the train.
What was cool though is he was like a southern dude, like from Louisiana. So he was just like, the hospitality shit's great. Like, we're sitting there, like, literally the flight gets up, and they're like, you can start using your electronic devices, and I couldn't even move, so I'm just sitting there, and he's like, hey, you want a drink with me? And I'm like, okay. And then so he just paid for drinks for the entire flight. It was awesome.
I thought he pulled out some gravy.
3 shots of gravy.
Dude, the best part was he passed out midway through the flight. He passes out. Just
So
fucking,
you got to finish the gravy?
No. But they came down and they're handing out pretzels, right? And I was like, shit, he's probably going to want some of these pretzels. And he's blacked out. And you know, it's up to the flight attendant to wake him up. And the flight attendant comes by. She looks at me. She's like, pretzels? I'm like, yeah. And then she's like, about to leave. I'm like, can I get one for my friend too? And she's like, yeah, okay. So she gives us like 3 other packs of pretzels. The guy wakes up like 10 minutes later. He's like, oh, he sees people eating. He's like, God damn, did they come by for the snack? And I'm like, don't worry, I got some for you. He's like, hell yeah! He's like, no,
Oh my god! oh, thank God I am not fat. That was so.
We're a thoughtful bunch, dude. We're a thoughtful bunch.
You're like a troubled bunch.
Imagine that tragedy of being like an obese man on a flight, and you're like, did I miss 4 bites of bread?
Yeah.
The bags are tiny.
Like, he just wakes, like, just the worst thing. It's like he just wakes up so... Fuck! God fucking damn it! He's just screaming, like...
Ravi tells him, like, don't worry, my friend. I'm here.
I got extras. He's like, oh, okay. It's the worst thing that's ever happened to him.
My favorite thing is when, like, I hear someone who's, like, crazy in shape, like friends who are just, like, in shape, go to the gym every day, don't drink, don't smoke, don't do any of that shit. Yeah, and they just die randomly. And I hear about it, I'm like, oh, there you go. Everyone's like, it happens.
Well, I like more when it's like George Burns. It's like, yep, live to 100, smoke cigars every day. You know, those guys are.
No, yeah. I mean, if you're fucking, it's very funny when people, because like, I mean, whatever, don't drink, don't smoke, but like, lately, for literally almost this entire year, I've just been eating like an asshole.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just eating.
And I guess because you work out all the time and you're fit, so it's just like, all right, I can work this shit off.
Yeah, it's not that big.
It's
of a
still
deal.
bad for you.
Yeah, it's still bad, and still, like, you know, it fucks up your brain. It's not just your body.
Right.
Like,
No, that's true.
But yeah, it's very funny when people are like to a T, like their food, like they fucking are like vitamins and like everything, like they watch it all and then just like get dead. Like, just drop dead.
I'm like,
shit.
what happened?
It's like, was it worth it?
Yeah.
Retard?
I'm like, did you get shot? Did he get stabbed? They're like, no, he just passed away in his sleep. I'm like, how? Like, what the fuck?
Man, growing up, my dad's best friend, he had a son named Crevin. And my dad would come home all the time and be like, you know, Crevin is going mountain biking this weekend. And we're like, do you want to blow Krevin? What the fuck, dude? He'd come home always to me and my brother and be like, Krevin just got into college. And we'd be like, whatever. We're not going to college. We're smoking weed in the back garden, Dad. We came from your nutsack. But then anyway, since I've been living here, he called me and he was like, terrible news. Krevin was rushed to hospital. He had to have one of his balls removed because he got ball cancer.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, pretty rough.
You just
I was like, so he's
You're
not
like,
that.
I noticed when I was suffering
Krevin isn't all that, is he?
Your dad's like, I got to fulfill this Krevin cravings. There's only one ball left.
That's hilarious.
Actually, your dad is a bigger man. He celebrates Big Man season.
My dad's fat.
Now, are you afraid genetically you feel like
I'm not going to be fat, man. I'm going to learn. I learned from watching you hit around here all day.
How big's your dad?
Well, he's like 250, I think.
Damn.
God damn, that's bigger than me.
How tall?
That's way bigger than me.
Tall guy?
No, like 6 foot.
Okay.
That's pretty
6 even,
relatively
250?
I would say
Fuck
250. Yeah, he's pretty big.
He's just built like
He was telling me the other day, he was like, I have a fatty liver. They're saying to me, and
It was like, yeah, we know.
They were like, you can't
It's
eat.
not just your liver,
He was like,
pal.
I can't eat white bread or drink. And we're FaceTime, and then he just looked at me like, what the fuck? Like, I can't eat white bread or alcohol. Like, it's like they're the main parts
I used
of
to
a diet.
I can't do my favorite activity of sitting at the table with a pack of Wonder Bread.
Have you been all up all night eating Wonder Bread?
What the fuck's life even about then if I can't do that?
Oh my god. Yeah.
I mean, dude, the size. Actually, I have a fucking uncle who's just so big.
Love that.
So big. I got fat Portuguese uncles, dude.
That's
Dude,
sick.
they're huge. My dad's got a big belly, and he refuses to buy shirts that fit him. He's still on like he'll wear.
I'm a medium.
Yeah. It's just like you haven't been a medium since you were my age. Like
That's
just
always
well
my
before that.
tell, though. Is like when I start getting up to double XL, I'm like, all right, I gotta fucking get back.
Yeah,
to
so
double
like he
XL.
just refuses. He's just like, no, I still fit into a large, but it's like everything's like an Under Armour shirt to him. so it's just like so tight, like to the point where like even my like mom's friends and like his friends will make comments to him, but it's just like like what are you doing? Like the shirt is insane. Like it's like glued to your body.
I like a good tight shirt. I gotta be honest.
You
but
usually
if you
wear
have,
tight
like,
pants.
if it's like wrapping around your
yeah.
belly,
You know, one time I was getting dressed in front of Ty and Adrian, and I put a brand new shirt on. It was like a wrestling shirt, and I did this thing where I put the shirt over my knees to like. And Adrian and Ty are looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like,
Disgusting.
that is a fat move. Holy shit! It's like, what? I'm pre-stretching it. Yeah.
it was taught to me by a bigger man.
Yeah, of course it
Like
was.
a fatter guy taught me that trick.
Oh
But
my
it works every
Was
time.
it? Wait. Was it the guy in the play?
Of something?
Yeah. Man, like you said, he's
like-
it's so it's just sad. Like these two are just communicating with each other. He's like, see, what you gotta do is, when the shirts are feeling a little tight, you pull them over your knees. And you
Tell
let
your
it
dad that trick. It's a good trick.
People are gonna say you're fat. Here's your Uno reverse. You're gonna buy a new shirt. You're gonna really rock your knees into that sucker. You push as hard as sit in it for about 4 hours. Maybe eat some nachos. I don't know. Get some.
I did it in this shirt. Look how good it fits. Like, it's like,
Oh, you disgust me. Thank God there is no camera.
I wouldn't say it fit.
I love.
It looks
I
like
love
a moo-moo.
I love that. The idea of just like a much fatter guy, just like talking to another guy, just telling him fat tricks.
let me impart some wisdom on you, bud.
That's too good.
Holy shit.
No, fat guy tips are good, man. They do get you by. Like you learn some good tips. Like
He gave
I've
the-
been using Dara's. Did you hear this guy's trick where on Uber Eats you put in my wife is pregnant? It works. It's a fucking good.
works?
It's a good. You get more
Well,
food.
before that, I just order food. I did this for like the first 6 months I lived here. You can't do this in Ireland because you just have to ring the actual place. But you can order food here and then just be like, it didn't arrive.
yeah.
And you get it refunded for like a good few months.
Yeah.
On Thanksgiving, I ordered ice cream from Dairy Queen. For my
No,
whole
you want to go
family.
hard. Order from the keg. Order a shit ton. You can order like $120 worth of food.
No, it was a while. I ordered Dairy Queen, and it just took a while to get to us. So it was like 10 blizzards. So by the time it gets to my house, fucking the ice cream's like pretty much melted. So I'm like, oh, I'll just put it in the freezer and eat it in a bit. And then my sister-in-law was choked, so she called DQ and just started randomly yelling at them. The problem was she didn't know which DQ I ordered from. She just called a random DQ like next to us, and she's yelling at them. They're like, "We have no record of your order, ma'am. Like, I don't know." And she's like yelling at them in Punjabi, and then fucking I'm like, "Nisha, it's the one on Hastings. That's why it's like." But then different. Yeah, so they ended up transferring it to Uber, and then Uber I paid like $70 for 10 blizzards. Ended up getting it refunded. It was only $12. I'm like, yo, this is a good scam, dude.
Man. They refunded you almost everything?
Most of it, yeah. Like, it was pretty sick.
You ordered 10 blizzards.
He's like, hey, I was saving half for breakfast.
No, the fam, dude. You know, just tossing around that money.
He's like,
no, my nephew. No, because me and Kabir were playing NHL. Yeah. NHL 24 is fucking awesome, by the way. But yeah, me and my nephew were playing. He's like, "Hey, can we go to Dairy Queen?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't see why not. Let's do it."
Get this, Dairy Queen can come to us. We're balling. We don't have to get off.
Kids are too
soon, you're gonna be just like me. Start pre-stretching your shirts now. You're pulling over your knees.
I want you to write a solid 5. Write a solid 5. No, Kabir plays hockey. He's a hockey kid. He's in shape. That kid has abs, dude. I was dude, he's like showing me his abs the other day. I'm like, put your shirt back on now.
He's fat shimmy.
Yeah, he's like, check it out.
Look at that.
Rock hard. Look at that. He's like the shirt. Dude, he's like the brother from Step Brothers. Check this out.
I lack with these up every fucking morning.
No, Kabir will be hilarious because he's grown up with like a comedy guy.
I think he's too much of a pretty boy. He is very fucking funny now, but he's too much of a pretty boy. I don't think it's gonna.
He'll get fat. You'll impart your wisdom.
No, my brothers aren't fat. It's just me. I don't come from a fat family.
But you're gonna create a fat family.
It seems everyone around you is getting fat.
What's like the thing where it's just like, I don't come from like a rich family. A rich family must come from me. It's like, I don't come from a fat family, so a fat family must come from me.
I want my son to not have to go through what I went. Sure, we had money, but no one was fat.
A fat family.
Oh, dude, I love that. Just big old fat family.
Dude, you ever see that? It's actually hilarious. You see it a lot when you're traveling in the States.
In the
States, just like
a
full fat family.
Everyone's fat.
I mean, everyone's. You're just like, this kid's 2.
Yeah.
How is he like? They're not like regular 2-year-old fat. Like you're like, this is like fast food fat.
Yeah.
And they're 2 years old. It's beautiful.
Oh, dude.
It's
bro. You ever go to a fat family's house and they got them at like Disneyland on a roller coaster? But each part is just one of them. They didn't even sit next to each other.
Holy shit.
And they always look exactly the same.
Yeah.
They're just different size.
Oh, dude, it's like the type of fat where like their brow goes over their eyes.
Yeah.
So it's like
Because the fat doesn't know where to go.
like the forehead
just
just sucks
like-
into. Oh my god, you're fat.
It's so crazy. It's like this family only exists just to consume calories. Like they just like that's
Bro.
all they're doing all day is basically just a test of who can.
Like you understand. Like the reason why in the States I'm not considered like a fat dude in the States.
No,
I'm
I've
just
seen
average.
the States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
Like,
like
there's
you
guys
gotta,
that are like ask Ravi like, what's your secret?
Yeah, dude. People are like, what are you doing to keep in shape? I'm like, I don't know. Like instead of getting,
Are you a trainer?
yeah, they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm like,
You
well,
gotta stretch your t-shirts, bro.
When you fly next to a fat guy, don't eat his pretzels. Give him the pretzels.
no,
There's
they're
codes to this life.
yeah, they're like, what's your secret? I'm like, well, I'm not crushing the 20 nuggets. I'll get the 20. I'll eat 10 now. I'll eat 10 the next day. They're like, you saved them. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, wow. Like, what do you?
A nugget saved is a nugget.
Yeah, dude. No, in the States, outside of rides, so like you go to like Universal Studios or Disneyland, outside of the ride, like they all have like grand entrances. So like the Jurassic Park ride has a big entrance. At the beginning of the ride, it's just the cart, like the one you're gonna sit in. And I was like, why the fuck do they have these outside of the ride? And then I see just fat people lining up to see if they can get on the ride. It's to test out to see, because otherwise you gotta wait an hour in line. You get to the front, they're like, "Sorry, big fella, you gotta
That's
go."
hilarious.
And then you gotta do the walk of
shame
shame.
on that.
How many times did it happen where a fat guy got to the front where they're like, bro, we gotta put a fucking test card out.
I saw it one time at Universal Studios, the Mummy ride. This guy is on the platform. He couldn't get in. They couldn't strap him in because these rides go fast. And they're trying. They got this big Mexican bitch to come out.
Got a ladette?
And her job she wasn't taking tickets, wasn't doing anything else. Her job was literally just to
pry fatties out of
fit fatties.
She was special.
jam them in.
Yeah, she would just jam
Actually, she was Japanese. They brought her in from Japan.
Yeah. She couldn't do it. This one big fella just couldn't get on the ride.
She's like,
and
sir,
they're like,
I've been doing this for 15 years, and not once have I ever not been able to get somebody in. You are the fattest man.
And
You got to take yourself to Seven Flags.
7X flags. No. So then Buddy gets off. He's standing on the platform. The guy comes on the PA system. He's like, sir, please get off the platform. And he had to do like the walk of shame.
No. You're actually
Whoa. The waddle
Yeah.
of shame.
Have you ever got that fucking announcer voice about you? Like,
No.
oh,
What do you mean?
what do you
in
mean?
the airport?
I have got it
Around?
multiple times.
Only in the airport.
Where?
Different things, sporting events for smoking on the bus. If
What
you
did they
jump
say?
on the back of the bus.
Will they faggot in the orange shirt? Stop smoking.
Like, am I doing something wrong? They're like, nope, just wanted to say something. Just wanted to point
If you
you
get
out.
on the bus sometimes and you don't pay, they're like, "This
that's
is a
funny.
fair paying bus. Like you should pay." And
Gar, stop
like,
fucking the bodies in the ass.
You're not.
Just in the pussy.
Derek, please get out of the fridge. Stop fucking the bodies. Can you come to room 5?
Guys, if you're gonna fuck the bodies, clean up after yourself. The cum freezes.
But the bus is crazy though, because like, if they're being a dick about you not paying, that just means you're acting like too much, because they only bully the normal people.
Yeah.
So if you just act like a fucking psycho, then they
that's
just
what-
leave you alone.
It's like prison rules. If you walk in and you're like, fuck you!
Yeah, so like if he's just like, this is a fair pay bus, just be like,
ahead.
and then they'll just be like, all right, sir.
Sir, take a seat.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Robbie's taking his dick out right now. He literally just stood up and started undoing his belt.
Rabbi is opening his belt.
Sorry,
Another
my
fat
belt was.
woman.
I got these cheap belts from this Japanese dollar store, and they're just digging into my fat.
Oh my god!
It hurts so much.
How is anything made for Asian people?
Yeah, no, it's Japan. These are big fellas out there. Some of
They got big jabs?
It's actually a secondhand sumo supply store.
Oh, they do have, yeah.
Oh, I feel so much better now. God damn, that was nice. It's like a collar. You gotta loosen it sometimes. I don't even know why I wear belts. You can't see them. There's no point. My dad was in Dubai. He's like, "Do you want a Gucci belt?" I'm like, "There's no point, dog. I'm not gonna know what's gonna see."
It's not holding anything in.
What's the point? Yeah, no.
You're like, can I get some nerds rope?
You gotta use Japanese Kit Kats.
Take a stringed object
Ask for
if
something
it's
good.
candy.
What a Gucci belt is just like,
What kind of milkshake they got?
yeah. He's just like, oh yeah, I'll have an Oreo Blizzard.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's not what I asked at all.
Remember that gum that was like a foot long? You got any of that?
Yeah, bubble tape. I like bubble jug better. Bubble jug.
Oh my god!
Dude, I'm not even kidding. Yeah, like one of my uncles is like, he's probably a 350, 400.
I got a guy in Trinidad, one of mine. He was huge, but he lost a decent amount. But.
Well, yeah, there was the two
crazy.
brothers, like two of my uncles, and one of them fucking, he was even bigger, dude.
Nice.
And yeah, he had a whole period where it was like bad. He was like, like laying in bed with just like a 40 of vodka, and he would actually, fucking, you think 10 blizzards, he would Uber Eats a full DQ cake.
I'm not even gonna lie. I've done that shit before.
I was about to say
Because you can put it in the freezer. If you get a 40% off,
Oh my
it's cheaper than getting
Bro.
the Blizzard. So yeah, just save it.
In bed with a 40 of vodka and a DQ cake.
King.
That's living.
I love
But
it.
the best thing that ever happened to him. He got MS, lost a bunch of weight.
You
Damn.
got MS?
Yeah.
Is that
Well,
when
it
you
can be
walk around
dangerous.
with the crutches, like your man from
Crutches.
South Park?
Sometimes you're in a
Oh yeah, the Walt Jr.
sometimes you're in a little scooter, but then now he's back down to.
Well,
just
we're
being
lucky
regular
we're in Canada because other countries we could be jailed for this. A Swiss writer who called journalist fat lesbian sentenced to 60 days. In prison.
What?
That's fucking
Dude,
wild.
so-
You know, you've seen the stories in the UK too. Like you bully somebody on the internet, you call some, and they're like, "Yeah, sir, you're going to jail." It's
If
like,
you say
what the
something
fuck?
racist in England, yeah, they'll do you for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was that
Well,
guy. Yeah.
someone was telling me the other day there was comedians over here who got brought to court.
Yeah, Mike Ward.
in Quebec they had
Yep.
that,
Yeah, and your man lost or something. So
Oh no! Well, there was
No, that
okay.
didn't
So there
go
was
there.
an open micer, and I actually worked with a girl who was there. So there was two lesbians in the audience, and they
you
were.
worked with one of the lesbians?
No. I worked with a girl who was working at the restaurant. I have a strict no lesbian policy.
Just a deep hatred for lesbians for some reason.
No. So she was there. She basically said, like, yeah, they were being cunts. Like, they were disrupting the show. So anyways, basically the guys at an open mic, they're talking, interrupting the show. He claps back, calls them lesbians, calls them dykes, whatever. But the thing...
Ravi's like, A stuff.
Ravi's like, what's his name? Can we book this guy?
material.
But also, if you looked into the story further, what happened was they threw a drink at him, and then he threw a drink at them. So they tried to say it was this hate crime. This guy attacked me because I'm a lesbian, and they won. Right? He had to pay $15,000, which for an open micer, that's like 700 years ago.
That literally may as well have been $1 billion. So, like, it
And I pay in drink tickets.
What happened with Mike Ward is Mike Ward was a pretty established comedian. He made fun of a kid that was on like a make like a Make-A-Wish thing. Like he was some kid on a show where he got some kind of thing because he had cancer or whatever. But then he's like, yeah, the kid didn't die. Like he had a joke about that.
Yeah, they like wheeled him out for like Canada's Got Talent or something.
But I think Mike Ward won.
Yeah,
I think the case
won.
was dismissed.
The open micer. had
They
to
got
pay.
Mike Ward.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Canada's definitely headed in that direction.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I feel like Paul Revera's going to come in and just fucking
hopefully.
get shit back to normal, dude.
Hopefully.
Because
Here's,
if Trudeau wins, this shit is rigged. Dude.
I mean, like I hate, like I
no
mean,
way.
it's
But you
I'm
know that's how
always-
people feel in America, right? They're like, Joe Biden got 700 million votes? Shit!
yeah,
Like, they all feel like that, right?
Who's
The whole-
Paul Revere?
Some fucking
Paul Revere? Say that again, Paul Revere? What's a piece of...
Paul Revere.
I thought
Pierre Paul Revere, the guy. That's
Paul
always
Revere is a
roasting.
Why is it all these fucking French fucks
Yeah.
that we keep giving the goddamn
Dude,
country to?
I
That's
miss
the
the
problem.
Christian years, dude.
I miss
John
Harper.
Christian.
Harper was
Harper,
a dog.
Yeah.
There was a weird video of Harper where he was trying to be more like cool and hip. So he's like, I enjoy watching Netflix. One of my favorite shows is Breaking Bad. I'm like,
hilarious.
what?
I love that. They're just like, yeah, people don't really connect to you. So if you can go up there and be more human, try to
Yeah.
relate to them, they're just the weirdest person ever. Yeah.
Dude,
He's
the
like,
dollar
I like
was
breaking-
so-
I like, when I get home from work, I sit down with my wife and eat some chocolate.
You're just like, what the fuck?
dude, when
Sometimes I like to drive my car fast.
Anyone else?
I go to Tim Hortons and I get an extra sleeve for my coffee. I'm like, all right.
All right, I like this guy.
I do that sometimes.
But yeah, I don't know. Canada's gotten real gay.
That's
Everywhere.
terrible.
Everywhere's
Yeah, it's
gay.
like
So this
the-
is
yeah.
somewhere on Twitter. Everywhere's gay. Gentle reminder to all my content creator friends for October. Don't use the word spook or spooky to describe your themed celebration. It's a slur. The end. No argument. Here are 400 other scary themed words you could use. I just love if this link went to like the racial slur database.
Wait, so what spook is like?
Spook is a racial slur for black.
Yeah.
But also a term.
That's like racist. Because like no, it's not.
Right.
But like,
It was so long
but like
ago.
you saying that it is more racist because like you're saying it's like nobody refers to
Right.
them
As
as that. So like that's what would bother me with people like I would say like the word retard.
Right.
And then they would
'Cause
just,
you
and then
would
they
never
would just be
call
like,
that.
"That's offensive." I'm like, to who? To like the people with mental disabilities. I'm, like,
Right.
I'm not talking about people with mental disabilities. You're saying that.
Yeah.
You're calling them a retard
Sure.
through me.
No,
Yeah.
when I
Like, yeah.
I've had this conversation with multiple people.
Yeah, it's just like I would never
Yeah.
say somebody.
I say it more nights than not. To be honest, I
Yeah.
said it tonight. Got a good
I wouldn't
laugh.
say it on
Dude, you can-
stage.
yo,
I'm more
well, this
tasteful
is-
than
this
that.
is
My
how
act has
different-
more class than that. Against that Scara_Turner
yeah.
at hotmail.com.
Yeah, whatever it is. I say it. When I say it, though, I am referring to mentally challenged people.
You're talking about yourself. usually,
Yeah,
so.
I'll use it. I'll be like,
No.
come on.
Spook is, that's when there's
But
a
no
lot
one's
of
saying
those.
spook for Halloween. No one's
No,
like,
but
let's
nobody.
have a spook
they're
of a
old
time.
terms.
Yeah.
Like
They're
that.
old-timey terms.
Nobody's saying that.
Okay,
shit
so we're gonna change it then. So February spooky season then.
It definitely is.
You guys ready for spooky season? They're just like it's February. What are you talking about? It's like, oh. You guys don't call them that?
Spooky season starts.
Baby, it's cold outside.
That's fucking that's retarded though. Just like
But that policing
And,
language, this
yeah.
shit has been going on for so long. And Carlin called this shit too, where he was just like, they try to police language and say you can't say this, and you can't, and then they change what shit means.
Well,
So
and I
it's
love
like,
when they're just like, here's the alternatives for you. It's like,
I'm not
go
changing
fuck off.
the way-
Yeah, because like I don't know, then you're gonna find out that one of those other words is bad
Everything
too, and then
could
you're gonna be like,
be, yeah.
actually, you can't say that one.
ghoulish,
either.
actually, that comes from the kulaks. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's just like
It's so
always have
hard to
something.
like change the way you talk. Like like that's the thing. Like I because I always used to think like, man, why is it that old white people still say the N word? That's not right. But then they were saying it for like 40 years unabashedly, and they never
like-
had to deal with it.
Maybe,
So it's like,
maybe because it's just fun.
it is fun to drop. It'll get a laugh every time. No, but like,
I remember a guy I worked with. I'm not going to say his name, but he's an older white guy. I think he was an Irish fellow, like, but Irish Canadian, you know. And we were talking about it because this was even before I'd started producing the shows and stuff, or like just started maybe. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I think people should be able to say anything, whatever. You know, people get mad at comics for having
Shouldn't
this.
say that to some old
And
Irish
but
guy.
he said, so we're talking about the word nigger, and he's like, well, I just say it when if I hit my toe, I say it. I was like,
did one of them hit your toe at some point? And he's like, yeah, all the time back in the day.
Jesus.
yeah, it was weird. So, but it's like, that's not just him. There are people who said that they were saying it. It was a common word to them. Right?
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
Fucked up.
yeah,
I grew up in I grew up in a super white
That's-
town where like there was a bunch, like we had barely any fucking black people in our
But-
town. So,
And
like,
people would say it
so
all.
I had friends that are like comfortable, but they're like, not saying it to black people. They would just like say it because there's just none around.
Yeah.
But like I grew up with like I have actual like black family, so I had
Yeah.
a different like relationship to it because
sure.
they like had personally affected them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'd be like. So, like, I'm just not comfortable with it. But,
Yeah.
like, I have friends that would just be like, they would just fucking say it just because they're hicks and they thought it was fun.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I had a very close black friend growing up. And
No, you
like
didn't.
one time.
All right, Dar's lying his ass off.
What was his name? You're like, oh, shit.
Tom, he helped me paint a fence.
No, fuck you. His name was Tevin. He had Christmas dinner at my home.
Wait.
I don't
Tevin,
know.
was he Krevin's brother?
Tevin and Kravitz.
Tevin.
I still can't wrap my head around black Irish people. It's
He was from South Africa, but he
okay.
moved to Ireland. But then his house got raided for drugs, and then
Classic.
His mom sent him back to South Africa. And we
You know how bad
Never
things would be
spoken
for you to send back to South Africa.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we need
back
to
to
send you.
Jaybird. But one time, a person in our group was like, "Oh, some black guy got killed in Blanchardstown." My auntie was telling me about it. Good, another one gone. Like, and Tevin's right there. I just we looked at each other. I was like, and then Tevin just beat
used
the
to be
shit out of him. Like, he fucked him up. It was great.
Wait, what?
He beat the shit out of him after
Sick.
that. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a win for the people.
Pretty cool.
The guy apologized after. He was like, "I'm sorry, that was fucked up." So
Yeah.
why would you fucking?
Yeah.
The
But
dude was kind of retarded though. He was cockeyed. He was trying to be a DJ and fucking. I can see it.
But it has changed. Like, it wasn't that long ago. Like, I remember listening to Ona and Jay Moore is on, and he's promoting the show Gary Unmarried. So whenever that was on, which wasn't that long ago.
What is this show?
It's just a show Jay Moore is on CBS. CBS show, right? He's on Opie and Anthony on terrestrial radio, and he's dropping it a lot.
Really?
Yeah, because he's doing impressions of Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
So he is on, and I think he even does a few not in the impression, but it's like, and at that time in 2005,
Slipping
6,
some in.
he's on.
Can somebody get me a fucking
hide
drink?
it behind the Tracy Morgan thing,
Yeah.
and then just start slipping
Slip
your own
another one in.
inside.
But he's on a mainstream network show and on a mainstream radio show, and it was like, yeah, it was.
What's
fun.
this, like early 2000s?
2000 something,
8,
right?
2009.
And then you
around
go
there.
back to the Chevy Chase and Richard Pryor sketch, which was longer ago, but that, like, on SNL, like they say it too, right? So it's changed now. And then there's the Patrice thing, which is the best. So on Patrice's special, he has a joke where it's where he's talking about the DC sniper, I think.
Yeah.
And he's like, when he was a white guy, he was a mastermind. He was a criminal genius.
Yeah.
And then he gets to a point where he's like, yeah, and then they found out it's a nigga in a Buick. He's like, and he's like, and then if you watch the clip, they blank the word Buick.
Yeah.
What? The sponsor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And
that's fucking.
And they would have things where it's like you can't say even now. Like I'm sure, I'm sure, like on Survivor or whatever, they're like, yeah, black people can say it. Like they have rules where it's like if you're black, you can say it on TV or whatever the thing is. Right? It's up to the,
I was thinking with Big Brother, there's like a list of like things you cannot say. Like
because on Big Brother, the guy got booted, right?
So like even black people can't just like
no, they can't. They won't. They won't do anything but that. But if you're like white or anything, if you're pretty much just white,
because I can understand that they don't want a character.
Yeah. No, but the cameras are on you 24/7. Of course, that's the biggest thing. They're like, you got to be in the house for 82 days. I'm like, cool. They're like, camera's gonna be on you the entire time. I'm like, cool. They're like, can't say the N-word. I'm like, 82 days? Yeah. What if I Winhead household? Can I say it in the room?
You were nearly on Big Brother.
It was close, yeah. It was. I mean, I would have dominated that game. Dude. It would have been awesome.
I'd never watched it, and I went to go watch the newest season. It's like the first introduction to it, and it was the worst thing I've ever seen.
I love Big Brother.
Is the new season you like it?
The U.S. one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's good. They got the brown guy on it. I'm rooting for him. He's the
guy with the fucking turd. He was the only cool one. Everyone else was fucking.
Well, now
awful.
they've been.
The show was gay as hell. The lady's just like it was like just clunky as shit. She's like, we're in the multiverse. And I was just like, shut the fuck up. I was like, what is this?
Julie Chen is
this
the hottest
dumb
Asian.
Chinese bitch.
Hands down. Julie Chen, hottest Asian.
Lucy Liu.
No. I think they're about the same age.
No.
I think they're about the same age, Julie Chen.
What?
And, Julie Chen's hot as hell, dude.
Who is Julie Chen?
Apparently she's a known, she's the fucking host of this show that people watch.
Never heard of
her.
Yeah, she's got like one of those daytime talk shows too with just women gabbing, just talking. Yeah, those are always fun. There's no man.
They always be doing
a man view. I guess this is it. There's no shows of just guys sitting around talking about shit.
Well, and like talking shit, like because like there's like
Tough Crowd
like,
is that.
There's there's podcasts obviously, but like a morning show where it's just like guy shit. Because like they're on there talking shit about like guys, whatever.
Yeah.
They'll get into crazy shit.
I
know that'd be awesome.
They're not talking about.
They are. Yeah, they are. They're talking about Whoopi Goldberg's like the tampon up my ass. Hold it.
What the fuck?
Covered in blood. I said, wow. Did I cut myself up my pussy?
It was Whoopi Redberg that day.
If that was the case, I would actually watch that show. That actually sounds fucking awesome.
Hilarious.
Blood in my pussy.
The View up my pussy.
Now y'all look under your seats. You're gonna find a used tampon.
You get a tampon.
Everybody's going on with one.
Holy shit.
That was a terrible voice. That's going to come back and haunt me someday.
That was a terrible impression. Terrible voice, but a great end to this podcast. That was fantastic. Let's roll to the plugs. Aidan, what do you got?
New podcast with Dino Archie, No Decency. Catch that on his YouTube. If you just want to listen to the audio, you can find it. Follow me.
Watch the video too, though. They're popping up the video and stuff.
Yeah,
Aidan's editing it, and this kid's got mad fucking skills. So.
Yeah, and it actually takes a long fucking time to edit. So god damn it, watch it, dude. That used to fucking bother me with my podcast because like the audio.
Your podcast, you were the goat of video editing shit.
And I would like the clips would do fine, and like the audio numbers were fine, but YouTube would just be like 8 views, and I was like. This took me fucking 6 hours. I was just like, I'm going to go on a fucking rampage. And I was just like, no, you just got to stick with it.
You just got to find
But you did. I mean, you hit pretty major on Instagram quite a bit. So
it obviously...
People know you.
Yeah,
that's every once in a while when you're on, and you crushed tonight. And tonight went long. It was longer than we kind of like it to go usually, but crowd still had energy. You crushed it. And every once in a while when you go up, I'll see people in the audience like, oh, that guy. Like I've seen that. I've seen that a few times.
Yeah, that's cool. That happens at work sometimes too now. Which is like you're starting to like cross over into that.
Oh, they see you from the videos.
Yeah, people and like
you have pretty distinct.
It's
look,
fucking
no, people don't look like us three.
But it starts like thank fuck that I have like numbers on there now to back it up because like shit whatever is offensive to some people.
Sure.
So like.
Remember when that Jew guys passed on?
What? That was the worst. And dude, some guy who's a fucking comedy manager apparently.
Was he?
Commented
did you find out?
No, not that person that was contacting you, but
okay.
another guy who's a comedy manager in Canada commented it was like bad.
Because Aidan had a video where
I had a video
was very funny.
It was, dude. It was a actually, yeah. I stand by.
It was
I left
very
it up.
funny.
It's a fucking. It was a. it was I think, so it would have been last October, so over a year ago. A fucking guy in New York went into a bar dressed as Hitler. And was like trying to get a drink, and everyone was just like, "Get the fuck out of here, fuck off!" And I was like, "What? You can't like?"
Oh, I remember.
Yeah,
this,
I was like, you could dress up as like it's so many people from history that have done awful things. You could dress up as like Genghis Khan. You could dress up as like
it was
Viking.
a very funny.
And I was like, but you dress up as Hitler and try to get an IPA, and it's a problem.
Yeah.
And like that was basically the joke. And then people went nuts. Yeah, there was some guy messaging Adrian.
He was like, "This is the kind of comedy you."
He's like, "You let an anti-Semite."
Yeah.
Didn't you just say I'm Jewish?
I'm like, "I'm part Jewish," and he was like, "That's no excuse."
what
Like,
the fuck?
But,
Jewish people are meant to be funny. That's a good joke.
Yeah, I know, right? It was just
It was
a fucking
very
joke.
funny, yeah, so-
But yeah, so it
around.
is fucking sweet that people.
So-
But I'm in that in between part where I still have a job, and so like it affects a business that I'm working at. So thankfully both of them are cool, but one of them did call me in to have like a talk before I started working there, and they were like, "We're cool with it," but they're like, "We did hear that somebody left the other gym you were at because they were offended by your and I was just like, well, that's pretty gay, huh? Like, okay, all right.
He's like, "Can I actually add that to my resume?" Follow Aidan on
follow me on Instagram,
AIDS Life,
AIDS Life, and TikTok's Little
and
Lindsay.
the No Decency podcast.
Yes,
That's
sir.
just gonna blow up too. Dara, what do you got?
I'm going to Toronto for a show. If anyone lives in Toronto, please come.
Space Cowboys.
It's on October 23rd. It's in the Comedy Bar. Called
Nice.
Return of the Space Cowboys. It's gonna be pretty sick.
Sounds like a gay porn.
Yeah.
Like it really does.
Sunday night, it'll be a fucking good time. Also on Instagram, it's Dara_. Well, if someone's listening to this, they probably know
No,
they don't.
they don't.
who I am.
Nobody knows.
Third
who
mic
they
for a reason. Ruthless Rabbit Can on everything. October 19th and 20th, I'm at the House of Comedy with Sahib Singh.
are. 20th and 21st.
Is it? Fuck, sorry. Shit! 20th and 21st, October 20th and 21st, I'm at the House of Comedy with Sahib Singh. The 19th is the roast battle. A new champion will be crowned.
Oh yeah, roast
so-
battle. We didn't even talk about it, but let's talk about it for a second. These two guys had a fucking magnificent roast battle. Aidan versus Dara, one of the top that we've had, and then Aidan retired after, and so we're doing the King of the Comedy Ring.
yeah.
Yeah, he went
I
out
still
on
need
top.
that belt. I gotta do a
Yeah,
photo
we'll
shoot.
operate
Yeah.
the next
Yeah.
time.
I gotta do a gay.
So King of the Comedy
photo
Ring
shoot.
tournament, Ravi's hosting that, and Halloween show, Ravi's hosting that.
I was gonna grab my phone to show you
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send you the meme after. I'll show you the
Yeah.
the too hot even for this fucking podcast meme. Yeah, Comedy Ring. We got Wednesdays at Cold Tea, Thursday through Sunday at right where we are right now. Holy Chow, Savage Comedy. And check out the podcast, share it with people. Yeah.
Yeah, hit that share button. If you're listening, if you laughed once, that was a free laugh. Fuck you, hit that share button. Send it to your fucking friends. Send it to your racist group chat.
yourself.
Send it to that group chat that sends all those memes that are fucked up.
And we got the
They'll
TCR
love it.
merch, which is just the logo on the podcast in white, but it just says the Comedy Ring. If you want one of those, DM us. You get a free ticket with that.
Yes.
Just so we can give it to you when you come to the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, do that. Yeah, the Comedy Ring podcast. Anything else you guys want to?
No, God bless.
Eat it good.